Welcome back to the interview, my people. Today, I wanted to address the topic or talk about the topic of money and what is real money, what is fake money, and what is, everything. I've been looking at the whole stock market and the Bitcoin, the gold, silver prices, and I noticed that today is the 17th of February of 2021 or 2021, that Bitcoin hit 52,000 for Bitcoin. Goes right at 1776, 1782. Really odd that it went to 1776 today and 1782. Um, and silver is at $27 or so. And then the stock market, the Dow and all that is just a bunch of mamby-pamby stuff, pretty much. Um, yeah, so here's the thing with the Bitcoin. It's all good and revolutionary, and people want to be ahead of the curve for the new currency or whatever's to come for the new currency. But in Myanmar, a few weeks ago, Bitcoin was basically banned, or it was suspicion that it was banned, or it had been banned, or is going to be banned for a period of time due to the government taking over control of, due to the military taking over control of the government. Okay. Another thing is, if you really trace back Bitcoin and who is Bitcoin from and where does it come from, it's straight CIA. So basically, Swiss banks from Switzerland, CIA, the headquarters. And the problem I have with this whole digital currency and everything, it's strictly on a phone or a computer. You cannot access Bitcoin any other way. And I know like just a very small few companies are willing to accept Bitcoin or some type of cryptocurrency as a payment, as a form of actual payment. Especially these small businesses, local businesses that we have around us will never accept that. I don't see that ever happening in a small business, them accepting some cryptocurrency. I mean, just say it. It's cryptic. It's just a computer code, a virus. Simple as that. So like I get that the whole I have a 200th of a Bitcoin. So I got like $100 worth or whatever. I bought it for like $30 or whatnot. Uh, I've seen like a 200% increase on my investment, but at the end of the day, I know like this is not any tangible in my hand wealth. I cannot go to someone and exchange Bitcoin for a real purchase or a real transaction here amongst just ordinary people. So I would say be careful for people who buy Bitcoin right now. And right now it's at 52,000. People, if people want to be buying Bitcoin, they should have bought it at 20,000 or 30,000. It didn't hit 30,000 till late early December or something like that. Like after the right before the inauguration or after the so-called selection of the yeah, after that. So November, December, January would have been a prime time to go out and buy some Bitcoin. Now it's at 52,000. Some people are saying it's gonna get to 100,000. It's completely outrageous because at the end of the day, it's all on a phone. If the power ever goes out, or somehow Russia or China hacks the servers, everyone's money is gone. So I would recommend for people to be real careful with the Bitcoin stuff, because I think that just may be a trap. I don't see. Yeah, I'm real skeptical on that Bitcoin stuff because I know it's clearly CIA. It kind of tells you you can look up where it comes from, who's the head person, or where it comes from Switzerland. CIA, clear as day. There's nothing in my hand, nothing in your hand. You're not gonna be able to go to an ordinary store. Walmart's probably not even accept Bitcoin if it did ever become a thing. So I don't trust Bitcoin at all. The second thing is the stock market. I know it was like January or so, or late December. The 45th president of the United States of America was harping about this is the third time the Dow has hit 30,000, the third time in my administration, 30,000, a very sacred number. Like, he's basically saying a bunch of Masonic numbers and saying, like, the economy is doing well. I don't see how the economy is doing well when the unemployment rate was still high. People are not going out. People are still wearing masks and not taking vacations. So how is the stock market even? The stock market really does not reflect the actual economy. Okay, the stock market is just people pressing buttons on computers, and that's where you get the numbers from. Especially the Dow and all that stuff. It's completely outrageous, and for people really take the stock market as being true narrative to how the actual economy is going. Like, they could drop the stock market, the Dow, to 10,000 tomorrow within 24 hours. Nothing is stopping from doing that, and people will be all up in a frenzy. But then it could also with the Dow is at 10,000, there could also be an increase in employee people around the United States of America. So the stock market really has no true reflection of the actual economy. The stock market is a reflection of computers or whoever is controlling the computers. Okay. Now, I will say you can make some great money in the stock market, and you can also lose a lot of money in the stock market. And I really want to reiterate this whole, like a prime example, Tesla stock is completely outrageous, overpriced. Like, they're pricing this thing like it's like Apple or something, or a Camry, where everyone has a Tesla. Everyone has a Tesla, and their stock is so hundreds of thousands. There's few $100. It was at one point earlier, like in March or whatever, a few $1,000s for a single share. Overpriced. And you rarely break down the ratio of what you're buying it for and what's the return on your investment and how many sales per whatever. Terrible investment. Like, it's not terrible if you really see it growing, but just you have to count on other people to buy the stock. Keep buying the stock, just like GameStop. GameStop, the business had no infiltration of higher sales. It was simply people buying more and more in stock because of the internet. People heard about it, and then once word got out, then they kind of shut the whole thing down and said old money stays old money, new money ain't getting no money. And if people weren't monitoring this, you got to monitor this stuff. You in place short. You got to monitor this stuff every hour, on the hour at least. And a lot of people lost their gains that they had able to gain, and some people were able to cash out or whatever. But then the whole fraudulent game of the stock market, I mean, is pretty insane. I see the stock market coming to the end as well. The third thing is the gold. The gold just hit a 6-month low. But when you go out and try to find gold on a credible website that sells gold at a sort of different price, like the Bullion or whatever.com website, and then a couple other websites I go to, they're basically all sold out, other than a few things that the price is a ripoff. And the silver has gone up about $5 or $6, probably $4 here in the last month or so. I do think that the gold is a bit too overpriced for me, because at the end of the day, you're pricing it. The price of gold is based off the dollar, which is basically fiat, and we know that the dollar keeps inflating, and I don't see it's an actual real a real currency exchange to truly say that an ounce of gold is worth $1,800. I just I don't know. I'm not sure how they really got that currency thing down, but I guess like is what we have is what we got, and yeah, I think silver's probably a better option, but right now silver is almost at $30, and I'm real. I don't know. I would say the best thing to do for yourself, for myself, if you're kind of in a hesitant position where you want to go the digital cryptocurrencies, buy gold and silver, play the short game in the stock market, or if you just want to play it safe, just simply take out your money from the bank and just leave enough money in the bank for your monthly expenses and purchases. Because at the end of the day, if everything does fail, everything crashes, everything is hacked, the power goes out, you at least got some cash in hand. And you can go to a neighbor and give them $20 and exchange some goods and services. I mean, I think people will accept gold and silver, but you can get ripped off, or you can rip off someone because you don't know the actual value. People don't really know the actual value, and can kind of get messed up exchanging gold and silver. And if the power's out and there's a real emergency, no one's gonna accept no digital currency. So I would say cash in hand for sure. But also, if you know a trade, if you're able to provide grass cutting, mechanic work, sewing, cooking, cleaning service, doing hair, cutting hair, making goods such as I guess baking, able to do electrical work, plumbing work, masonry work. Those are real things that you could exchange for. Hey, I'll cut your grass for X amount of bread, X amount of fruits, X amount of vegetables, and we can barter and trade like that. We don't have to have a middleman, which is the money, to say, hey, you can have this for this, and I'll give that. So I would definitely say to play it safe, to get cash in hand at least. If you're able to buy silver and gold, go ahead. But the gold for me is just way overpriced, and the silver is getting to a point of like, I'd say $25 was okay, but now it's about to hit 30. Bitcoin is a complete, I think, is a psyop, and yeah, just watch out for the digital currencies, because like right now, the people in Texas and all over the southeast, no power, so they have no more Bitcoin as of now. Because if you don't have it on the phone, if your phone is not charged, if your phone does not have internet service, you have no money. So I say cash in hand, learn to cook, sew, do some type of service, make good connections with your neighbors, the local people around town, the farmers, planting your own vegetables, planting your own fruits, because push comes to shove, we go back to 1800 times, 1900 times, and we're able to barter and trade with goods and services. No middleman needed. No middle token or money is needed. Just basically B to C, I guess, sort of, kind of, or B to B in a way. I don't know, but thanks for watching. Hasta luego. Bye.